got breaking news tonight after a traffic stop ends with a police officer being airlifted off to the hospital and a police chase through Old Town Alexandria that ends with a wrecked cab and a search for answers. Tonight, we are told that Alexandria police officer is in surgery, critically injured after being shot.
And right now, investigators are working to piece together exactly what happened here. But it all started with a routine traffic stop. It was on St. Asaph Street in Old Town. And our Hatzel Vela joins us with what we know so far. Hatzel?
Allison, I can tell you that investigators are still here on the scene in Old Town Alexandria. They're telling us, confirming that an officer was indeed shot, but investigators are not saying how many times or where exactly he was shot. And as for the suspect, we have clear video of him in handcuffs, but he has not been charged. When we asked police if they were looking for other suspects, they say no, which tells you they think they have their man. Let's also talk about Laos Crouch Traditional Academy, where a chopper took off, taking that officer away to the hospital. We are confirming with parents that there were indeed children outside when this happened, but they were rushed back inside as quickly as possible. ABC7 was there when a rescue chopper took off carrying an Alexandria police officer. Shortly before noon, police say it all started with a minor traffic stop of a yellow cab. The officer on the motorcycle made the stop. It was then when police say they started getting reports of an officer down.
It was confirmed that he was shot.
Police wouldn't say how many times the motorcycle officer was shot, only that he suffered upper body injuries.
We heard like tons of cop cars flying past, and then we heard a helicopter. So we came outside to see what was going on. They put the policeman that was hurt on the ground on the gurney, and they took him to the helicopter, and they medevaced him in the air.
In the meantime, another officer spotted the cab on Washington Street. Police tried to stop the driver, but the driver took off. It was a chase that ended at Fort Hunt and Bellevue. Our cameras there when the man was cuffed and taken away.
He was the driver of the vehicle that fled from our officers from Washington Street.
And police are hoping to get more first-hand accounts of what exactly happened here in Old Town Alexandria. So they're hoping that if somebody saw something, somebody needs to call Alexandria PD. In Alexandria, Hatzel Vela, ABC7 News.
All right, thank you, Hatzel. Now, as word spread of that officer being injured in the line of duty, law enforcement officers gathered at Washington Hospital Center.
And our Stephen Cheetah continues our team coverage tonight. He joins us from outside that hospital now with the latest on the officer's condition. Stephen?
Allison, now we have learned that the officer is in critical condition and still is in surgery here at MedStar. He has been in surgery since shortly after he was airlifted here to the hospital. Now, we have also learned that the gunshot injury is in the upper body. One person familiar with this situation believes that it is an injury in the head, a head injury. Now, as you know, in cases like this, the surgery is very painstaking. It is very intricate. Surgeons working very hard both to save this officer's life and also to mitigate any permanent damage from the gunshot wound.
A tense situation at Washington Hospital Center. The fellow Alexandria police officers came here anxious for news about their injured colleague. After arriving at MedStar, the officer was rushed into surgery, which continued for hours through the afternoon. With gunshot wounds, the first couple of hours are critical, stopping the bleeding and repairing damage to vital organs crucial to survival. While officers came to give support and to hope for a recovery, questions lingered about the prognosis and the severity of the wounded officer's injuries.
Shortly, the police chief from Alexandria is here at MedStar, and we do expect that we will be hearing from this chief shortly to give us both an update on the condition of the officer and, of course, his prognosis as well. Reporting live, Stephen Cheetah, ABC7 News.
Okay, Stephen, thank you very much. And you can count on ABC7 for instant updates on this breaking news story, both on air and online at WJLA.com.